For some individuals, life is anything but conventional. Their passions have become an obsession, and their daily routines challenge social taboos with often shocking consequences. Some of their obsessions are familiar, like money.
I got to the stage where I had so much money that, literally, I just didn't know what to do with it.
Everybody that I've spoken to in this business is driven by greed.
Food.
Food is my friend. It's a companion, and it replaces friendship, relationships.
Or sex.
God designed sex. He wants us to have the best sex possible.
When I say people are literally having sex on the hoods of their cars in our church parking lots, that's not an exaggeration, that's a fact.
Others are more bizarre.
And it's kind of watching you eat itself.
If I was in a place where human baby was on the menu and it was legal, I think I'd have to try it just to say I did it.
But in every case, their obsession has become all-consuming. Tonight, we meet a man determined to rid his neighborhood of prostitution, whatever the cost.
And I really thought, this could be the big one. Something could really happen at this point.
We meet the British man whose addiction to food has turned him into the fattest man in the world.
Food's made me happy. I also know it's killing me.
A couple whose mission to spread the word of God took an unusual turn.
I felt God say to me, I want you to set up a Christian sex website.
A Californian who likes his food so fresh, it's not even dead.
If no one was looking, I would reach into that tank and just grab one of those babies and just chow down.
And a man whose fetish for feeding his girlfriend is posing a serious danger to her health.
I'd like her to get to a certain point in terms of her weight, but not to a point where it's gonna take away her mobility.
Oklahoma City is the Bible Belt capital of the southern United States. But despite its God-fearing reputation, the city has a prostitution problem.
When I say people are literally having sex on the hoods of their cars in our church parking lots, that's not an exaggeration.
Street prostitutes and the men who use them, known as Johns, are a constant presence in certain neighborhoods.
I'm gonna head out to South Robinson. That's probably the most notorious area in all of Oklahoma for the presence of street prostitutes.
True enough, I'm a prostitute, and I know it is against the law. Let me be.
In a growing city, it's a growing problem. But one man has decided to take the law into his own hands in a bid to clean up his local neighborhood. This is Brian Bates.
So we've got some new girls just showed up, got picked up. They may be new, but they already know all the old standbys where to bring their Johns. You're busted, buddy. Now, don't you just know that guy's night just got really bad? He was sitting there underneath this Oklahoma sky, 70-something degrees, thinking, wow, could life not get any better? He's got him a hooker, he's got him a nice little parking space, and then here comes a video vigilante.
Brian began his career as an anti-prostitution activist some 13 years ago.
And he used to live in an area downtown Oklahoma City that was full of prostitutes. He would be late for work sometimes, having to be stuck in the traffic of the men trying to pick up these women. He decided to follow one of the cars, and he actually walked up on the act happening. He called the police, he filed a citizen's arrest, he went through all the motions, and when it came down to going to court, he lost.
The prosecutor jokingly said to me, you know, Brian, I guess unless you catch it on tape, nobody's going to believe you. The next day I picked up my camera and the video vigilante was born. I think they're going to be right around this corner right here.
Brian's obsession has since taken over his whole life. He quit his job as a marketing manager to devote his time to catching on camera the men who use prostitutes.
It's gone from me working other jobs and doing this on the side, that this really is my career now.
He is down on Robinson. He identifies who the prostitutes are. He's following people who are committing a crime and who are making it impossible for families and for the citizens to actually live and enjoy their neighborhood.
The goal has never been to eradicate it. It's been to dispel the myths and to expose people to the graphic reality of street prostitution.
On public streets, Brian's filming is perfectly legal, but his intervention doesn't stop there.
A couple of clicks, and it's a life sentence for each one of these guys.
Brian has no qualms about publishing the names and faces of those he catches. He posts the video footage on his own website and licenses it elsewhere as a deterrent to others.
Over 17 million people have seen my videos on one website alone. People want to see the wreck. Is the wreck going to be that Brian catches some fool with his pants down? What's going to happen?
Brian's shooting technique is to publicly shame the men he catches on camera.
Are you a married man? Yes. What would your wife say? What's going through your head, buddy?
Nothing. I just don't think.
I mean, can you understand why I'm out here doing this?
Yes.
If I don't scare the hell out of you guys, you just keep coming back? They're always married. They always have children. Oftentimes their children are older than the prostitute that they picked up, and they always regret it. And unfortunately, if you get caught by me, you may just regret it the rest of your life.
But not everybody thinks that Brian's mission is entirely altruistic. The videos are now his prime source of income.
He says he's doing it to clean up the streets, but in the same token, he's selling tapes. You know, how are you doing this to clean up the streets, but you're selling tapes and making money off of us?
As well as licensing his footage to the media, Brian is no stranger to self-promotion. He accepts TV appearance fees and stages publicity stunts to promote his brand.
Last summer, it was all the people that had been arrested that last year. Now this one isn't all, but it's an awful lot of the men who've been arrested, and most of them have already been charged in 2008.
Brian estimates that last year his videos earned him $70,000, but he sees no contradiction in waging a moral crusade while improving his bank balance.
You get an audience of millions, and it's a global audience. This video alone, it's the 56th most viewed this week video in the United Kingdom. I do not hide from the aspect. I make money at what I do. I am a brand. The Video Vigilante is a brand. Every single time I turn on the video camera, it is an opportunity for me to get my activism out there, call it propaganda, call it whatever you want. I know what it's going to take to make the most out of it.
But not everybody is convinced that his actions are a deterrent to street prostitution.
There's no data that suggests that his activity has put a dent in the crime of prostitution in Oklahoma. He's not a trained evidence collector. Oftentimes with people who are going out and videotaping somebody and turning a videotape over to us, all you're getting is tape of somebody having sex.
You're busted, buddy.
But we don't know exactly what the transaction was between them. We don't know what the understanding was. We're missing a critical piece of the puzzle there to prosecute a case.
In the neighborhoods that Brian has targeted, reaction from the local residents has also been mixed.
Well, I think he's doing a good job. I mean, and there's nobody else out here doing it. We can't seem to get the police out here to do that.
I think it's a great idea what he's doing. If a guy goes out and prostitutes, I think he gets what he deserves.
I think he's gone too far. I think he's overstepped the bounds and he's trying to take the law into his own hands, and I think he just needs to back off. Personally, I think he's a jerk.
I don't agree with his approach. I think there'd probably be a easier way and a more efficient way to maybe stamp out some of that activity. That's why we have the police and people with authority to take care of that.
Brian Bates has also made enemies amongst the very prostitutes he claims to be trying to help.
He still bothers me. He still films me. He still harasses me. Everybody he sees me in the car with, he either calls their family or he calls their boss. He's making my life miserable. All I ask is that he leave me alone. I've left him alone. All I ask is that he leave me alone and let me go on about my business.
Whether his mission is a selfless crusade to clean up the streets or simply a money-making enterprise, one thing remains clear. Brian Bates has no intention of stopping.
There's really only one constant. That's me and the prostitutes out on Robinson. If these prostitutes were out working in front of City Hall or working in front of the mayor's home, then it would become their priority to clean it up.
And while the city wants to sweep it under the rug, I keep dragging it back out again.
10 years and 3 children into their married life, committed Christians Stan and Stella Haggerty realized that their sex life was flagging. They decided to take radical action.
We visited a high street
sex shop.
Yeah.
Yes, for the first time ever. It never kind of occurred to us.
But it wasn't a back street one, it was a high street.
Yeah. When we were in there, we were quite shocked by the mixture of things that was in there, in that you had some stuff which looked kind of fun, but then mixed in with that was sort of chains and whips and bondagey kind of stuff, and other stuff that you would think, you know, would be fine with a marriage, and some that wouldn't, in terms of, you know, the Christian understanding of it.
With much of the sex toy merchandise on sale, at odds with their Christian beliefs, Stan and Stella were unsure where to turn next. Help came from an unlikely source.
I felt God say to me, I want you to set up a Christian sex website, but one which is radically different from what's out there already. And that's how it all really started. At the time, Stella was no. But within about 24 hours, she had changed her mind. I believe God spoke to her and said it was right.
On a mission to bring Christian values to the sex toy industry, Stan and Stella launched Europe's first ever online Christian sex shop.
Okay, so this is the Holy Love website. It looks completely different to any other kind of sex shop that there is online. It's very non-threatening. Holy Love is about products and resources celebrating God's fantastic gift of sex within marriage. And as you can see, there are an awful lot of different types of sex toys. Again, we've tried to use wording that people who are perhaps just starting out, it will help them to find what they want.
Confident that their business venture had God's blessing, the Haggertys invested a small fortune in buying stock that they felt comfortable with.
Okay, we are in the warehouse of Holy Love. So there's lots and lots of sex toys and things around here. Along the top here, we've got some of the ball games that we have. And then we have Willy Play. And of course, accompanying that are the booby play dice. There are many different types of rabbits. Some of them will just have one vibration, okay? And then others of them may have 3, 4, 5 levels, and also go round this way as well as up and down as well. There is nothing wrong with sex toys. And also a rather heavy-duty vibrator. As long as they're not harmful or, you know, in any way, then there isn't anything wrong with them. Down below, we have lots of different types of condoms. We're definitely not saying that people have to use sex toys. If a couple never wants to, that's absolutely fine, you know. But I think in this kind of lifelong journey of marriage, you can so easily get into a rut, you know, which is where these kind of things, you know, can play a really positive part.
But in line with the couple's religious beliefs, some things remain strictly off limits.
In Holy Love, we do have very distinct boundaries. We don't stock any anal items, we don't stock any bondage items or sadomasochistic items, pornography, and we don't use pornographic images either. There is, unfortunately, you know, nudity on some of the packaging of the products as well. So what we do is, wherever possible, we choose to order packages more like this, where there isn't actually any images of any people on it.
To ensure that their warehouse is stocked with the latest products, today Stan and Stella are visiting a sex industry trade show.
I feel as a Christian with a website like ours, we have to be very well informed. And even if we don't agree with things, we have to at least know of their existence and trends within the industry.
Feel a bit of trepidation.
Yes, we do, I think. I don't feel fully comfortable being here today. Is this enjoyable for you?
Yeah, well,
don't even use your hands, just use your hips, just rock your hips backwards and forwards.
Stan and Stella are soon confronted with aspects of the sex industry that don't reflect their Christian values.
Very well branded products.
So what's that ring you've got down there, I saw?
The ring is quite a gay specific product.
Oh, is that? No, don't worry then.
No.
There are boundaries in order to safeguard people. Like if you look at anal sex, it's actually not good for people. It's actually quite damaging. And it can seriously damage your organs. So that's why we disagree with it.
I mean, this is a good place to demonstrate this. Ladies' inner thighs, breasts, yourself. You know, there's always a bit of a spank or a slap or in everybody.
The problem I've got about it is being linked to S&M and bondage.
Sex within marriage should be a good, loving, enjoyable thing, and it should not involve pain or punishment or dominance and submission in you know, the
That's why you buy a dog lead, it's for the dog. It's not for leading you around in like a collar. How you can use that as a sex toy, I just don't know.
Well, they can be attached to collars.
But why would anyone want to wear a collar?
To show that they're a submissive or a dominant. You know, it's a large part of the BDSM ethos.
I appreciate that.
That's fine.
But Stan and Stella's obsession with spreading God's word about sex hasn't all been plain sailing.
In our previous church, holy love meant that we had to leave it, which was really sad. It was particularly sad on the children, to be honest, because they were really settled.
Shall we go to bed now? We brushed your teeth.
And it wasn't just their own church that ostracized them. As word about their website spread, the Haggertys began receiving religious hate mail from all over the world.
Night, night, God bless.
Dear brother in Christ, which is ironic, I would like to point out that Holy Love website and Holy Love itself is a satanic investment. You have made a fool of God also. Satan will be next to visit. Better put the kettle on. Not joking either. End of letter. Well, not quite sure what you say to that, really.
All right, Jess.
Yeah, I'm just reading my Bible.
Have you just finished?
No one likes being told they're going to hell, do they? I don't think. Even when you don't believe it, it's still not nice.
And some of the letters went even further.
Night, night. God bless.
We've had a death threat. That made me feel scared. Yeah, definitely, with 3 little children, because religious fanatics can seek to put the will of God into their own hands. So if he's not going to burn us, maybe they will.
Despite their critics, the Haggertys are continuing with their mission to improve the sex lives of their fellow Christians.
I think the one thing which we want to try and do is promote things that God is positive about.
Yeah.
Rather than always just coming down and saying God is against this, God's against that, God's against the other. God is actually in favour of an awful lot of things, and God is far from being a killjoy. When Jesus was on earth, he was a real party animal. He enjoyed being with people. He even enjoyed being happy. He even converted water into wine. Well, I can't think of anything better.
Just like their religious beliefs, holy love is not something that they'll give up easily.
Holy love has always been a calling for us, and it has been a very costly calling in a lot of ways, financially, in terms of time, in terms of commitment, and in terms of pressure and opposition. There's times when we've really struggled to keep going with it, but it is because it is a ministry that we do, and because of the sense of calling that we've had has never gone away.
This is Paul Mason.
Oh, I don't look at myself because I really hate the way I look.
48-year-old Paul is known as the world's heaviest man.
I have got an illness. It's a binge eating disorder. And I know it's bad, but I've got to have it.
Paul weighs 70 stone, over 5 times the weight of the average man. He is bedridden and unable to leave his house.
Food is my friend. It's a companion, and it replaces friendship, relationships.
Food has imprisoned him. This is it. He's in bed constantly. There's nothing more he can do with his life.
Paul binges on junk food, consuming around 20,000 calories a day, 8 times the recommended daily intake.
It's like having a child who can't be told they're not allowed to have it.
At the moment, this is better than having a normal life.
But Paul's life didn't always revolve around food. As a child, he led a normal, healthy existence.
When I became 11, Dad got me a bike and also done pate around until I left school.
He went on to become a postman, exercising daily through his work.
A bit like the old pate around, really, when you think of a job postman, you sort of go out, deliver mail and that, you know, walking the streets.
However, when Paul was moved to a desk job, he stopped exercising. Problems at home meant he began comfort eating, and the weight started to pile on.
I was in a relationship, and that sort of finished, and that sort of hit me pretty hard, and the weight really started to go on quite a lot, and I didn't really take any notice of anything what people were saying to me. Just ate, takeaway after takeaway. The binge eating side of it took over, and addiction really hit in really bad. I just seemed to let myself go. It was like a downward scale really from there.
As his weight increased, food became a bigger and bigger part of Paul's life.
You put food before anything else. It even comes before family, friendship. Food's made me happy. I also know it's killing me. It's just like a vicious circle, but that's my life.
But it's not the life that Paul wants.
I dream of having a relationship, get married, have children, and just do normal things.
Paul has tendencies to think of suicidal thoughts. To me, it's a waste of a life. We've been put on here to live our life as much as possible. And when you look at someone like Paul, what is his life? This is it. Just seems such a waste.
Since the 1960s, California has had a reputation as a cultural melting pot, with an ethnically diverse population and shops and restaurants to match. But one man has brought new meaning to the phrase culture shock. Eddie Lin is a self-styled food adventurer with an appetite for the extreme.
I definitely have a taste for the bizarre.
And Gourmet Eddie has one particular gastronomic favorite.
I do get a thrill out of eating live food. Wriggling a little bit, you know, there's definitely some kind of rush with it.
He likes his food to be so fresh, it's not even dead.
You do feel this animal fighting you and not wanting to be eaten. Makes the food even better somehow.
Eddie extols the virtues of what he calls deep-end dining via his website and blog.
Thank you. Appreciate it. When you eat your food, you should at least recognize what the animal is. If I was hungry enough and no one was looking, I would reach into that tank and just grab one of those babies and just chow down. Well, I take it to another level where I really get to know my food. I'm not trying to deny it, that it's an animal that is going to die, that is going to nourish me. It is what it is, and it's not disguised as anything else. Some people say, you know, that you can taste the animal's soul, which sounds kind of ludicrous, but there is something a little different. We humans put ourselves on this higher consciousness level. I suppose that's where the guilt should happen, but you know, when all things are set aside, you know, we're still top of the food chain, and we're eating, you know, these animals that are basically here to nourish us.
Eddie has become evangelical about the deep-end dining experience. As well as blogging on his own website and publishing an extreme cuisine cookbook, he regularly hosts group tastings for those who wish to educate their palate.
Deep-end diners are people I've met, you know, online who have the same passion for trying different culture foods, people who have a sense of adventure and cultural awareness and are just exploring the world through their stomach. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're hitting unique places. There's some places that are little hole in the walls and some, seafood specialty places, and other places are more, upscale on the higher end of things, but they all have at least one item that's kind of strange.
I have a certain amount of trepidation about eating these, but also I want to overcome those fears and see what is next on the menu and learn more about the world and enjoy what I eat.
Animals in the wild, they'll eat like, big fish eats little fish. Heck, if I was in a place where I could eat, where human baby was on the menu and it was legal to try it, I think I'd have to try it just to say I did it.
First on the menu is one of Eddie's favorite live dishes, drunken shrimp.
The drunken shrimp? Oh man, that's a lot of drunk shrimp. Oh. Okay. So all you do is you separate the head from the tail, and then you suck the brine and everything from the head and whatever else is in there.
Does it come out easy? Oh yes, it's definitely moving. Yeah, okay, let's do the head.
Twist it.
Eyeball.
For the main course, this particular restaurant's speciality, live lobster.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely still alive. It's moving. The lobster is essentially severed in two. The tail meat has been scooped out. It's been thinly sliced and presented sashimi style and plated on the back of its tail shell. And it's kind of watching you eat itself.
After they remove the tails and cut up the meat, how long do these guys actually stay alive? Is this twitching? Are they alive?
Yeah, it's still alive.
They're still
yeah.
alive. How
So
long
probably on the
do
bed
you
of
think?
ice, probably for an hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you think? Pretty tasty?
It's good. It's fresh.
On his travels, writer and live food obsessive Eddie Lin has sampled many extreme forms of cuisine. But one dish has so far eluded him, live octopus. In the past, he's sampled freshly severed octopus tentacles, but never the animal as a whole. Although it's considered a Korean delicacy, live octopus is not something found on the menu in many restaurants in Los Angeles.
It's so indigenous, to the culture, and so guarded that, you almost need to be Indiana Jones with a multilingual background in order to get this stuff.
Few restaurants are willing to serve the dish because it carries a health warning. There is a real risk that the octopus could choke the diner to death. But following a tip from a blogger on his website, Eddie believes he's found an accommodating establishment in Koreatown.
This is our menu right here. We actually specialize in live halibut.
Oh yeah?
And then we actually have some live octopuses too.
Do you think I could get a whole one?
We usually don't serve it like that. We usually cut it up because this is quite a big octopus.
Right. Well, can you give me their smallest one? Because I want to do it the real way. I want to do the authentic way.
Yeah, I'll tell our sushi chef to make it special for you.
But having successfully ordered off-menu, Eddie is having mixed feelings about what's coming next.
It's making me nervous, but I'm excited. I guess I'm kind of nervous because he looks a little nervous. So.
It's actually a delicacy, so not a lot of Koreans eat it. I never tried it whole, but I would never do it that way. I mean, that's a little too extreme.
Not everyone wants to do it. I wouldn't force anyone to do it. As well, I don't want anyone to impose their values onto me, telling me that I can't eat live food, and I wouldn't make them do it. We agree to disagree, and it just leaves more for me on the plate. You can't not have a rush right now. It's just so intense. I mean, look at this guy. Holy shit, man. This is insane. Some sauce on you. Oh, crap. Oh, my God. It's doing something to my hand. It definitely is fighting from the plate. It's hanging on to your teeth and your gums and your, the roof of your mouth. Anything it can stick onto. Oh, shit. Doesn't want to be eaten. In fact, it would rather kill you. If it could suffocate you by sticking to your throat, it would.
They're fighting with you, aren't they?
I was kicking my ass. The tentacles are like, and it's actually trying to gag me right now.
See, that's the reason that we don't usually serve it like this. I don't think you want that running away on you.
Oh. I think I'm done.
Even for Eddie, this particular live dish has proved a culinary challenge.
It's a different experience. There's nothing else like it, and you know, that's part of why I do it.
Despite the less than satisfactory live octopus dining experience, Eddie's fascination with the world of extreme cuisine remains.
Have a great day.
I definitely enjoy the thrill of live food, so I don't think I will, you know, give this up anytime soon, at least.
Paul Mason is known as the heaviest man in the world.
He's in bed constantly, there's nothing more he can do with his life.
An addiction to food has seen his weight increase to over 70 stone, more than 5 times the weight of the average British man.
Food is my friend. It's a companion.
In addition to the food cooked for him by his carers, Paul orders high-calorie snacks online.
I didn't know you'd done an order.
Yes, I'm having a bit of a bad day today.
And has food delivered by local takeaways.
Can I have one number 14 spring roll, 235 chicken chow mein, large chips, large haddock? No, that'll do.
When he gets any food delivered that he really shouldn't be eating, it's very disappointing, very downhearting to all of us that work with him. We can't stop him from eating what he wants to eat. Take away his human rights otherwise, but we're here to try and persuade him gently.
Paul's incapacity means that he relies on his carers to keep him clean.
Before he has his breakfast, we have to clean him first and cream him in various places to avoid any problems and burns he might have on his body from urine or anything like that.
With even the most basic human functions beyond him, Paul has to suffer the indignity of wearing an oversized nappy.
Okay.
The unemployment and disability benefits, modifications to his council house, and specialist treatment and equipment Paul needs have cost the taxpayer an estimated £100,000 a year for the last 10 years. But Paul continues to see nothing wrong in being supported by the state.
I can see some people's point of view. They'll probably say, well, why should social services help him? He's only got himself to blame. But I say, well, okay, that's their opinion, but everyone's got their own opinion. But when you do get an addiction, you do need help.
Today, Paul has been struggling to breathe properly, and his concerned carers have called in the paramedics.
I've had breathing problems, and I can't cope at home. I think that's mostly weight-related problems. Yeah, my weight's gone quite substantially since I ain't been able to get out and about.
It's decided that Paul needs to go to hospital, but his weight means that he requires a special oversized reinforced ambulance. Morbidly obese, the only real solution to Paul's weight problem is for him to undergo gastric bypass surgery, and now it's something that Paul's prepared to consider. The latest health scare seems to be the motivation that Paul needs to finally kick his junk food habit.
I have decided I must eat as healthy as I can and start exercising. You know, when you get too morbidly obese. It does make you think one day you could suddenly just die. I've got to make sure that I don't lose control again, because if I do, it won't be a trip to the hospital, but a trip to the morgue.
There's a lover in my life. He sends me gifts and flowers. He changes.
Skelly Jackson is a man obsessed with food. But it's not food for his own consumption that has taken over his life.
Hey.
God, that smells so good. Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
I missed you.
This is all for you.
Skelly's obsessed with feeding his partner Patti and watching her gain weight in what's known as a feeder-feedee relationship.
Perfectly seasoned.
Feeder means there's a person who supplies another person with food, enjoys seeing them get bigger and bigger, and they get joy out of it. And the person who is the feedee usually is a food lover, so they also get a little joy out of it too.
And I've basically given up my body, to him to be bigger, for the relationship.
When Skelly first met Patti, she weighed 28 stone. But now, after 8 years together, her weight has increased to over 40 stone.
She's almost like a little kid when she sees a meal she likes. And, a little giddy, a little happy, cheering.
Oh, I love to watch him cook. Oh, turns me on. And just knowing he's cooking it for me, wow. This is like our foreplay. And then when he feeds me, oh, I gotta watch it or have the big O already.
Skelly's fascination with feeding Patti has become a sexual fetish.
It's Play-Doh hour.
Play-Doh?
The motion in my ocean.
Nice full belly. The more Patti eats, definitely makes her more sexier to me. Why? I guess I have my reasons. Some people don't understand, some people do, but it's sexy. It's a sexual, turn on.
People just don't understand how erotic this is, what a great feeling this is, what a turn on this is. I love seeing Skelly like this when he's getting pleasure out of feeling and touching my body and just seeing how much it turns him on. It's getting all my feelers going, where I just want to tear your clothes off.
But Skelly and Patti are not alone. There are a growing number of websites catering specifically for men who have a fetish for large women. Online, Patti is known as Goddess Patti, and she has a cult following.
There are so many men out there that lust after larger women. You just can't imagine. They say that I ooze sexiness.
For some men, seeing or chatting to Patti online just isn't enough. So she offers a rather unique personal service. Today, she's expecting a visit from Sean.
Men like big women because they like meat, especially out here. The bigger, the better. The more loving to get, the better. Men like to have a lot of loving.
The price of meeting Patti in the flesh, $300.
Just lay down, put your feet that way. And we're off to the races. How does that feel?
Feels great.
If you need me to get up, just tap my leg.
Oh, no, I won't do that.
Oh, you won't?
No.
Oh, really? I'm not feeling the boner yet.
Well, he could be small. You know, that black thing is a myth.
A lot of the men that I deal with, even the women, they get sexually aroused by me sitting on them.
You can actually see him sexually aroused.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I loved it. And the first time she sat on me, I felt a sharp little pain, but then it turned into pleasure. It felt good, you know, and then when she sat on me, I wanted more of it.
But Patti's weight has a serious downside. Even a short journey to a local hotel for a photo shoot with another plus-size model is an ordeal when you weigh over 40 stone.
I already have to sit.
They're going
I'm so exhausted. It's all the way down there. I want to cry.
Does it bother me that Patti is somewhat immobile? To a certain extent, but she's still, you know, able to do certain things. I'd like her to get to a certain point in terms of her weight, but not to a point where it's going to take away her mobility. If it takes away her mobility, it's not, that's going a little over my limit anyways.
This is a bad side of being this size, and why I don't, you know, get out every day like normal people.
Despite Patti's mobility and health issues, Skelly still wants her to gain a little more weight.
There probably is a little bit more weight to put on with her, but probably it's not much more. I guess you could say we are willing to take the risk.
All right, here we go. Smile, Michelle.
That's hot.
And despite the risks, neither Skelly nor Patti want to change the way they live their lives.
People that don't understand our relationship, as far as we're concerned, it doesn't matter to us. We're still gonna live our life the way we wanna live it. You know, people are gonna judge no matter what.
We'll feed each other.
I'll give you a bite.
And I think people should do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has something that makes them happy, and people aren't necessarily going to agree with it all the time, so who cares what people think?
In our eyes, in our hearts, it's not dangerous. We're just living the life we want to live, and it's our choice.